Hi everyone, welcome to my video. My name's Emma, I'm a driving instructor based in Blackpool. This short video is going to be about your theory test, what you need to do in order to pass, and a few tips to help you along the way. So first of all, the theory test, it's broken down into two sections, your multiple choice and the hazard perception. Multiple choice is 50 questions where you need to score a minimum of 43 and you've 57 minutes in which to answer your question. The hazard perception is 14 short videos, each containing at least one hazard, so one of the videos will contain two, and you need to score a minimum of 44 out of 75, and there's a maximum of 5 points that can be given for each of the hazards. Keen to get your theory test out of the way, it's really important that you do lots of practice. Some people try and kind of fluke it a little bit, do a little bit of questioning online, go to the theory test, hope that they can remember the answer that goes alongside the question. It's not the best way to do it. Your theory test is really a good basis for when you're actually learning to drive and future after that. It's all about the rules of the road, how to deal with different situations. It's really important that you've got a little bit of understanding what the answers actually mean, and therefore will help you be able to get through your questions much better when you come to do your test. Now there's lots of different ways out there to practice. Some people prefer the apps, other people use the books. There's lots of different methods that you can use. Even whilst you're on your driving lessons, perhaps your instructor can ask you questions, friends and family can ask you questions, and they're all really good ways to be able to do it. For me personally, I encourage all of my learners to use something called Theory Test Pro. Great app, official DVSA questions, really useful, lots of knowledge sections in there, so it helps you understand the answers as well. Like I said, there's lots of different ones out there, and obviously you'll find one that suits best for yourself. Your theory test costs £23 when booked through the official government website, but beware of other websites out there that offer free unlimited retests. Personally, I'd be a little bit wary of these. First of all, you don't know how legitimate they are, and secondly, they have very strict guidelines in terms of the retest. The multiple choice questions cover a range of topics, some of which you may not have considered when learning to drive, such as motorways, first aid, towing with trailers, and legislation, etc. When answering your questions on your test, take your time. After all, you've got 57 minutes to answer just 50 questions. Now, the best advice that I give to my learners is when you get your question, read all of your answers, go back and read your question again. Make sure you've fully understood what that question is. Then have another look at your answers. And normally there'll be one answer that just makes no sense whatsoever and that actually you can eliminate from being your answer. And then you can work your way through the remaining answers and hopefully come out with the right answer. Think from a driver's point of view when answering your questions. Tests, they have the option of red flagging a question. Now personally, that's not something that I advise people to do. Reason for that being is that normally you've got ample time to be able to go back through your questions. So what I advise that you do is answer all the questions the best you can do as you work your way through, and then actually spend the remaining time to go back through all of your questions and check them all again. Sometimes there might be a question that's worded just slightly different that then makes it a little bit easier for you then to answer a question that perhaps otherwise you would have red flagged. Also, it means that you can just double check all of your answers, make sure you've understood them, make sure that you've answered it to the best that you can do. The hazard perception is short video clips showing real life situations where potential hazards could happen. When watching the video clips, you're looking for hazards that develop, and they're something that will cause you to either slow down, stop, or change direction. In other words, something that requires action to be taken. When you see a developing hazard, you've then got to click. You can click several times within one video, even if there is only the one developing hazard within that. That's absolutely fine, and you won't score more or less for doing that. However, if you over-click, so you're constantly clicking away and the computer feels that you're following a bit of a pattern, you're not really looking for the hazard, then you will score a 0 for that video clip. When you're doing the hazard perception, you only get one chance. There isn't the opportunity to go back over like there is on the multiple choice. So it's really important right from the start that you're focused and you're looking out for all them potential hazards. Now it's really important you look both short distance and long distance on the screen so that you can spot your hazards nice and early and then wait for them to develop, which is the key bit that you're looking for. Very much like you would do when you're driving. So although you've got 14 video clips to watch and it sounds like you're going to be having to concentrate for quite a while, very little really in terms of what you would do when you're actually out and about in a real car driving around. So keep focused, keep looking, don't overclick, make sure you're looking short, long term, wait for them hazards to actually develop so they get to the stage where you actually need to take some form of action. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope that you found it useful. A few tips there to help you out with your theory test. Drop us a like, leave us some comments down below. Good luck if you're set up to do your own theory test soon. Let us know how you get on. And any suggestions on any future videos, then drop some comments down below. Thanks very much.